everyone, Bernard here, hope you're all very well. Welcome to the Citizen channel, and we have a City Present presentation today. City Present feature. We'll look back at the City versus Marseille game on the 9th of December 2020, our final game of course in Group C of the Champions League, 8 PM at the Etihad. Yeah, we'll have our usual features, highlights and lowlights, match talking points, some match stats, plus some interesting quirky stats today. Well, they always are interesting, aren't they? Our Pep here till 2023, perhaps, maybe, possibly, watch. No Rodgers rocket watch. We had a Walker's rocket, didn't we? But didn't quite turn out as well as we'd hoped. Manchester Evening News, Mr. Simon Pekowski's in charge of the player ratings and my player ratings as well. Plus a little look at media headlines and comments, etc. after the game. So we better shoot on with this because it's there's a lot to get in today. So please subscribe. If you're not already new to the channel, please push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. Fantastic if you can do. Or point any of your friends or mates who are City fans in my direction. And if you do look at the playlist, of course, I do film and TV stuff as well. So if you're any interested in having a look at my reviews on film and TV stuff, and we do quizzes and stuff like that, please check my blogs on that as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Please, all comments very welcome. Thanks for the guys who sent their teams in, etc. That's absolutely wonderful. And please, any thumbs ups are always nice. It's always nice to know you're out there and you appreciate, and you know, you sort of like what I try and do. I try and entertain and inform as we go through these. Right, we're going to rush through today though, because there's a lot to get through today. I've been writing this up, and it took me ages to write it up. I mean, I think it was a dead rubber, wasn't it? It wasn't even an important game. Yeah, 9 changes to the Fulham game. Stephen Walker, Garcia, Laporte, Aki, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Bernardo, Mahrez, Foden and Torres. I'm not going to go through the subs. I mean, it's just another mass of them, isn't there? I mean, obviously we'll go through who came on, etc. Yeah, and I got 9 correct, so I was quite happy with that in my preview programme. Obviously, I had Stephen, Cancelo, Laporte, Ake, Garcia, Zinchenko, Werner, Gundogan, Foden, Bernardo and Torres. Yeah, I thought Zinchenko might sneak in, but obviously he didn't. Yeah, very quiet on the media. Not much. You could tell wasn't much hanging on this. There wasn't much comment from people pre-match. A young lady called Sarah did comment that she was glad to see Aki back, which I was. We'll talk about his game though in a bit. And tested at left back. But how come none of the EDS players get a chance? I mean, I didn't, as I said in my preview, I didn't think Pep would put any kids in there last night. I think with a full squad, he had more or less the team he wanted to play, and a couple of those guys might be trying to play themselves into the derby game. So really, that's what it was. Ref, yeah, the officials were all from Turkey. You had Halil Umut Mela as the referee. The 4th official was from Turkey as well, and we had a VAR guy, Sasha Stegemann. He was from Germany. So yeah, they did okay, didn't they? A quick chat about them after the game, just a quick one-liner about the officiating last night. Yeah, now the match highlights and the match lowlights. Yeah, a fairly lacklustre first half, wasn't it? I think City started pretty well and lively enough, but by the end of the first half, I think Marseille looked more likely than us to score a goal. So let's have a look. The so close ones, what did we have? 8 minutes, we had Mahrez fed through by Bernardo. Sees a good block by, what was his name? Mondonda, was it? The goalkeeper's name? I always get these things wrong, yeah. But, yeah, could he have done better? I don't know. I think it was a good save, actually. He spread himself and it hit him. That's all a keeper can do. Perhaps Mahrez could have put it slightly different. I don't know. But, yeah, it wasn't a bad save. We'll give the keeper the benefit of being a good save for that one. 12 minutes, the Laporte header was deflected over, but surprisingly, yeah, all right. I thought the officials did okay, but we didn't even get a corner for it, did we? Even though it was obviously, I think it was goal bound till it got deflected over. Yeah, I mean, 47 minutes, we had a late half chance, didn't we, for Foden after Mahrez shimmied through, but on the edge of this 6-yard box, he's sort of straight at the keeper. So, yeah, I'm not having many of these straight at the keepers today. I'm sick of this straight at the keeper stuff. Yeah, some that weren't close enough. 24 minutes, we had a shot from Foden, but it was sort of rose Z. 33 minutes, a poor effort from Mahrez this time, 33 minutes after good work from Torres on the edge of the box. Some of the low lights, of course, 26 minutes, we lost Garcia, didn't we? Eric Garcia injured his groin There's apparently a few comments made by City fans on the internet, but obviously I don't follow these idiots because I don't really see much of that. So I've obviously wheedled out the knobs. Let's be honest about it. And yeah, I mean you can't wish injury on opposing players. Don't mind our own guys. So yeah, that was. But what did perturb me was the fact that look, all right. Take your time coming off and make sure Stones is ready. Come on, it was a couple of minutes after that, so we played on with 10 men. All right, we weren't getting Marseille were actually playing quite well at the time. But I mean, why don't we just have? Why wasn't Stones ready to come on? I mean, why didn't just sort of Garcia just hobble off, or the trainer make sure that Stones was ready to come straight away? I don't understand that. You play a game, especially say you were playing Barcelona or Real Madrid, you sort of play for 10 minutes till a couple of minutes till the ball goes out of play. I can't understand why the sub wasn't ready to come on. 30 minutes, Payet took a great chance, wasn't he? Fantastic. He took it really well. I thought it was a great goal, but it was about 2 yards offside, and of course Stefan was. He's one of these goalies that makes himself big, but if it doesn't hit him, it's a goal, isn't it? But well done by Payet. I was quite impressed with the way he took that, and he had a shot from distance as well, didn't he? I thought it was quite a clever attempt. Obviously, it never didn't worry Stefan, but I think if he did put a bit more air on it, it might have done. 41 minutes, Aki, yeah, I thought he had a pretty poor game, to be honest with you. I mean, not everyone thought that. We'll go for Mr. Bukowski's ratings later, but he was left chasing saddles on 41 minutes, and Stones managed to get his foot in, didn't he, to stop a great chance for Marseille just before half-time. That would have been a bit of a blow. Again, 42 minutes, a minute later, a great chance from Marseille, but he just went wide of the post, didn't he? I mean, Stefan was well beaten. He didn't have it covered. That would have been another goal. So yeah, that's when they played poor generally, didn't we, that first? We got to half-time, but the last 20 minutes we were quite poor, and Marseille with a better team. Was it coincidental we didn't play very well after Garcia went off? Well, you decide. There you go. Everyone picks on him, don't they? But we did seem to go a bit to pot, didn't we, the second half? Yeah, so highlights. Yeah, well, highlights. Here we go. What we got? Second half, 1-0, 48 minutes. Mahrez goes for a stroll, doesn't he? It may have been a defender who touched it through, actually, for Torres. I think someone got a toe to it, didn't they? Because I thought it was a great little push through to Torres by Mahrez, but apparently it was the defender's toe might have got to it first. Another highlight, of course, was 66 minutes when Mr. Aguero came on, didn't he, for Mahrez going off. 77 minutes, yeah, 2-0. A great header by Aki, wasn't it? I mean, this is what you want from corners, isn't it? You want your defenders coming up, your Dave Watsons, you're rising like a salmon and heading it, don't you? And Aki did that, unfortunately, straight at the keeper. Yeah, but who was there? Yeah, of course, Mr. Sniffer himself, wasn't it? Sergio Aguero made it too. 80 minutes, the other highlight. Of course, 3-0, which totally ruined my bets on the day because I had 2-0 down, so I was a bit miffed, but there you go. And the keeper and defender combined to seemingly lay it off for Sterling to score, but apparently it's been classed as an own goal. A little bit more on that later, so he doesn't even get credit for that, but we'll talk about that goal later on anyway. So that was 90 minutes, 3-0, comfortable. The so close is 79 minutes. Sterling had a good effort saved. 87 minutes. Foden a little well wide with the free kick. The commentator said it seemed to sort of think it was going in, and I said, well, I think it was quite wide from Foden, from the edge of the box, from the corner of the box. And they're not close enough. Well, 58 minutes, Foden wide with his left when he should have shot with his right. Remember, he sort of didn't know what. It was sort of middle of the goal, and he sort of hit it with his left when you think he's probably right would have been better. And he's not frightened of hitting it with his other foot. He's not frightened, so I was a bit surprised by that. 59 minutes of Foden effort again, straight at the keeper. 65 minutes, a Walker's rocket. We don't have a Rodri's rocket this week. He wasn't playing, but fantastic rocket. I mean, he's zoomed in it, but I mean, it's a nice height for Mondonda to actually deal with quite well, so that was all right. 3 minutes injury time. Well, there you go. It was nothing, was it? 3 minutes injury time. It was over before you knew it. So full time, 3-0. Ref, I thought the ref was okay. He let certain things go. He didn't. It wasn't a dirty game. All credit to Marseille. I'm going to give him a standard. I mean, I'm giving the City players today a standard 6.5 out of 10. I'll just give the refs standard 6 out of 10. So he did okay. I think that was fine. I saw Pep having a bit of a tete-a-tete with a bit of a chat with the fourth official. I have no idea what that was about. Yeah, so a little sum up of the match. I mean, let's face it, that was a second-string City team against Marseille, who did look like what they are, bottom of the group, unfortunately. Boas made a last roll of the dice, didn't he, shoving 3 players on with about 16 minutes left. But it sort of ruined the flow, any flow they had, to be honest with you, because they never even became a force at any point whatsoever once he shoved those 3 guys on. So it's a bit of too little too late, wasn't it? Just a bit of wasted time. And once Aguero had added that second, I think it was well and truly over, wasn't it? And we might talk about in the quirky stats. But yeah, 16 points, a record for City, job done with mostly reserves. So what can we say? I mean, there you go. We'll talk about if any of those guys have played themselves into the United game later on. Match stats, 15 shots for City, 8 on target. That's not too bad. 8 for Marseille, 2 on target. Possession, just 53% for City, 47%, quite low. Passes, low again, 605 against 539. So... yeah, Marseille, all credit. I'll have a quick little one-liner on Marseille in a minute. Pass completion, City 87%, Marseille 84%. Fouls 8 by City, 7 by Marseille. One day we'll have less fouls than our opponents. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll have one day. Corners 6 for us, 3 for Marseille. I thought we looked okay from corners. And the player ratings. Mr. Bukowski's in charge of the MEN. My standard score for just turning up and having an okay game is 6.5. So let's go through these. Interesting. Mr. Bukowski's very kind with some scores, I think. Stefan, an enjoyable outing with Edison given a rest, making some important saves as the team slackened towards the end of the first half. Let's give him a 7. I'm sort of missed the important saves. I don't know. Well, perhaps I'll give him a 6.5. Anyway, I thought he did what he was asked to do, so I'll give him 6.5. Simon give him a 7. Walker solid enough on his return with a stinging shot that tested the away goalkeeper and good game awareness when acting as last man. So he's give him a 7. Yeah, I'm just going to give him the bog standard 6.5. I didn't really notice Mr. Walker. Garcia, a surprise starter, was perfectly fine until he went down unopposed midway through the first half and had to be subbed. So yeah, let's give him 6. I'll give him my standard 6.5. He wasn't having a bad game up till then. Laporte, no mistakes, which is all Pep has asked for. And his left foot was an asset for City moving out of defence. Not as impressive as Stones, though, he said. Yeah, so he's given him a 7. Yeah, Laporte, I'll give him a 6.5 again. Nothing wrong, never put anything wrong. This is the interesting one. Aki, targeted by Marseille in an unusual position, looked vulnerable on a few occasions, but also showed defensive strength and a willingness to get forward. So he's given him a 7. I'd give Aki 5.5. I thought he was awful. I thought he was terrible. I thought he was so exposed at left back. All right, he did 2 or 3 okay things going forward, but I thought he had a dreadful game at left back against a better team. I do dread to think, and I do like Aki. I think he's played well when he's played, but this is definitely his worst game for me, so I'm only giving him a 5.5. Thurner, much better from the veteran since returning from injury. Enjoying the ability to break up play, dictate the tempo by protecting defence. Give him a 7, yeah. I'm not going to argue with that. My highest so far, I'll give Thurner a 7 as well. I thought he played a really good game last night. Gundogan, another impressive shot. Yeah, he went off at half-time, didn't he? I didn't mention that. Obviously got subbed, didn't he, but for Sterling. Another impressive shot of a player that thrives in the Champions League, combining defensive poise with attacking threat. Hooked at half-time with the derby in mind. No, he was hooked at half-time because of an injury. Yeah, so... he's given him a 7. I give him a 7 as well. I thought he played okay that first half, so I'll give him 7. Bernardo, City's liveliest player, was full of clever running that helped the host dominate. Recent signs are encouraging after an indifferent start to the season. Yeah, so to give him 8. Yeah, I give him 7. I thought he played really well. Not brilliant. I mean, he made himself available and not everything quite worked for him, but I'll give him a 7. Torres, the scorer of the opening goal, yet otherwise wasn't really able to trouble the Marseille defence. Aguero's return should see him move back to a more natural position. Yeah, so give him a 6. Yeah, I thought Torres was okay and he scored a goal, so I'm going to give him 7. Foden, a bright start, quickly faded before he looked more comfortable playing in central midfield in the second half. Delivered a good corner for Aguero's goal. Yeah, he was taking all the corners, wasn't he? Simon's giving him 6. Yeah, I give him 6 as well, which is half a point less than... I didn't think he had a great game against Phil Foden. Mahrez, he didn't always make the best decisions, but his commitment was total. It was quality that put the ball on a plate for Torres. Yeah, so he's giving him a 7. I'll agree with that. I'll give him 7 as well because he did a lot of good things. He did a lot of indifferent things. So, but I will give him a 7. Substitute Stones for Garcia on 28. Showed off his increased confidence by bringing the ball out of defence regularly and was also excellent in his own box. So he's given an 8. Yeah, I think I'd give Stones a 7.5. So I won't. He would have been my man of the match, but he didn't play a full game. So I'm not going to give it. I'm not, unless they play a full game or they get pulled off with, say, 10 or 15 minutes left or something like that. Yeah, I mean, he's got my highest mark, but he's not my man of the match. I know it sounds a bit daft, that, doesn't it? But that's me. It's my rules. I do what I want. And, yeah. So, yeah, Simon's giving him 8. I give him a 7.5. I thought he played really well last night, considering the opposition again as well. Sterling for Gundogan, 46 minutes of half time, was it? Took up a familiar position on the left wing for the second half and scored a last minute tap in. Well, he didn't. It was an own goal, but I don't think Simon knew that at the time when he did this. 6. He's giving 6 out of 10. I'll give him the standard 6.5 out of 10. He didn't do anything particularly wrong. He didn't do anything particularly right apart from being a pain and getting us a goal. So that's fair enough by me. Aguero for Mahrez, yes, clickety click, 66 minute. Didn't touch the ball for 10 minutes. And then popped up with a tap in, of course. Well, that's a sniffer, isn't it? Sniffer surge. Simon's giving 7. Yep, I'll give him the extra half a point for a goal, so I'll give him 7. Yeah, so my man of the match, as I said, it would be John Stones, but I'm going to give it Bernardo. He was on the pitch the whole game and never stopped. And although he didn't have a fantastic game, he was sort of... it wasn't a great game for most of our team. It's just a bog standard average game, I thought. So, yeah, John Stones, if he'd been perhaps, if he'd been on from the start, he probably would have got it. But no, I'm going to give it Bernardo and a recommendation for Mr. John Stones, so the potential's there to get one quite soon. Yeah, Mr. Pep watch till 2023, possibly, maybe, who knows. Yeah, he picked a pretty standard 11. I said I got 9 right. I sort of judged what he was going to do. I knew there was not going to be any kids. I knew because we had a full... If we didn't have a full squad, he might have put 1 or 2 in, but we've got a full squad, so he's not going to play kids, because that's not his resume, that's not his... There's a French word, isn't there? But that's not his style, is it? He got his subs right. Obviously, he was forced a couple of times to make the subs right, but that's fair enough. He got Sergio right. He put him on at the right time. And he looks a happy chappy, doesn't he? He looks okay at the moment, so I'm quite impressed. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for last night. I'm going to give him half a point more than the basic 6.5. I think I was quite happy with Pep, and I think he's... He looks okay, doesn't he? He looks as though he's here till 2023. He's not looking a bit dodgy at the moment, so we'll go with that one. Pep commented, obviously, after the match on Aguero. Asked if he'll start against United. Pep said, no, today he played 25 minutes, scored a goal, so it's step by step. His instinct to score will always be there. He made 3-4 good sessions, and after training sessions, reaction was good. On qualifying, Pep said, yeah, I'm really happy, he said, especially the way we played all the games. No exceptions. We scored goals, we conceded just one. In general, it was a good performance. We're in the next round, and we see the teams we've qualified are incredible. It will be an interesting draw. Hopefully, we can arrive in a good mood. On Ilkay, half-time here, substitution added, Ilkay had a knock on his ankle. He played for the last game, 90 minutes, so we didn't want to take the risk. We'll see tomorrow how he feels. So that's Thursday, so we should know a bit more. Bernardo was asked, Bernardo was checked on Aguero. Everyone knows Sergio's important. He's one of the best players the club has ever had and a great goal scorer. He's also a great guy, personality to have around the team, and it's great to have him back. On qualifying in the game, he said, Bernardo said, it was a good game. We're already qualified, but it's good to finish with a win, and now we go on to the next game in the knockout stages. It's a good start for us. We are into the round of 16 again, and our goal is to do better than the last 3 seasons. Well, let's get to it. Let's go to a final. Eh? Let's win it. That's what we want. So we'll focus to do that. On the weekend game, Bernardo said, when you win, it's always easy to go to the next game. It's easy to win again and again, he insisted. We want to keep the momentum going in a tough game against United on Saturday, and we want to keep on winning. Zach Steffen was questioned after his debut. I love shutouts, he said. The guys in front of me did a really good job in terms of limiting their chances. I don't really have much to do, so kudos to the guys in front of me. We wanted to get the win and shutout to keep the confidence going ahead of the derby at the weekend. It's a big game and we're excited for it. Well, you'll be sat on the bench watching it, mate. So yeah, of course, yeah, you're lucky enough to be there. Right, quirky stats. Here we go. Up to Joe. Manchester City have conceded just 1 goal in UEFA Champions League group stage this season, the joint fewest by any side in a single group stage in the competition, and the fewest by an English side since Man United in 2010-11. Manchester City progressed from the Champions League group stage with 16 points, the joint most among English sides in a single group stage in the competition, along with Arsenal in 05-06, United in 07-08 and Tottenham in 17-18. Among Spanish players, only Raúl with 8 has scored more Champions League goals before turning 21 than Man City's Ferran Torres. Well done, Ferran. 6, level with Cesc Fabregas. They are in exalted company there. Stat City, Man City have now a higher goals per game ratio at the Etihad Stadium, 2.25, than at any other home stadium they have played a competitive fixture at. So yeah, Main Road, it was 1.97, Hyde Road, it was 2.24. And Etihad Stadium is 2.25. And the Oakwell, yeah, we had a game at Oakwell. Yeah, it was 2. We won 2-0, so it's all easy to work out that, isn't it, too? Yeah, so that was versus EB Stremmer. Were you there? I certainly wasn't. I barely remember playing there at all. Yeah, carrying on. It took Man City 41 more matches to reach 1,000 goals at the Etihad than it did to reach that tally at Main Road, and 3 more matches than it took for the same total at High Road. Some did comment when we had Stuart Pearce for a season or two, but that was a bit unfair, wasn't it? Yeah, Main Road 403 games, High Road 441 games, the Etihad 444 games. So there you go, that's an interesting one. Tonight's victory over Marseille was Man City's 25th home win in the Champions League. Man City have now scored 1,000 goals at the Etihad in all competitions. Sergio Aguero has scored 15% of them, 146. Well done, Serge. Of the 1,000 goals Man City have scored at the Etihad Stadium, 26 of them have been own goals, 2.6%, including, of course, typical, the 1,000th, which was classed as an own goal. We thought Sterling had claimed it, but obviously it was an own goal, so there you go. Some of the headlines in the papers from the game. In the Times, watch out United, Sergio's back, but I don't think he'll be playing. Come off the bench and had a couple, just a couple to the onslaught, can't he? The Express, Aguero back with a bang, he certainly was. The Mirror, Torres strikes as Pep's men hit cruise control, we certainly did. The Telegraph, Sergio Aguero scores off the bench as Manchester City enjoy comfortable win over Marseille. Couple of headlines here that I've got. The Daily Mail, Aguero back as City build Euro credit. Pep Boys a class apart. There you go, that's there. The Manchester Evening News, we've got a couple of headlines there. We've got Aguero will give us a power surge. There you go, see what you've done there, Simon. Very clever that, Simon. You're wonderful at these little anecdotes and puns, aren't you? Again in the Evening News, Blues leave Pep with a real derby dilemma. Yeah, who's he going to pick? Just a quick word on that in a moment. On the Daily Star, Aguero back in the old routine. There you go, we won't look at that ugly player there. We're not interested in him, are we? Aguero back in the old routine. That's the Daily Star. And inside we've got, on Song Aguero fires derby warning. Resurgence. There you go. If you do mind, that was the week that was. You might have a little benefit. Just I'm giving you a clue there, aren't you? So missing headline round, don't forget. So have a think on anyway. Yeah. So in conclusion, Marseille, yeah, not great, but at least they tried to play football, which say they did plenty of passes, etc., etc. So all credit to him and the manager Boas. I mean, he obviously. It was quite easy to get a bit physical and, obviously they still had something riding on it, didn't they? But at least he tried to play football. He don't quite have the quality to beat a team of City's ilk, even the City's second team at the moment. But no, I'd no problems with Marseille, not like some other teams we've played in the Champions League this season. So that was all right. And what about our players? What did any of the players guarantee the place for the derby that played last night? That obviously not going to be considered. Of course, you've got the Stones Laporte thing now. I mean, but Stones was outstanding again when he came on. Was he on the subs bench because Pep's decided to play him against United? Laporte didn't do anything wrong, but that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? But Stones has not done his case any harm whatsoever. Bernardo's not done his case any harm either. He was one of his better games, not fantastic, but certainly one of his better games. Walker, quiet, but I would have thought Walker being there anyway, to be honest with you. And if Gundogan is injured, obviously, has Werner got a place? Has Fernandinho got a place for the derby match? Foden, I don't think he did enough to convince Pep to start him against United, unfortunately. I would have loved him to have done, but he was willing, but obviously I didn't think he did anything outstanding. Mahrez, who knows? We haven't got a clue, have we? We haven't got a clue how Pep will. To me, he will start, but obviously, who knows? Torres, well, you know, he scored again, didn't he? He was a bit quiet otherwise, but again, he was playing out of position for most of the game, wasn't he? So, yeah, but he did score a goal, and that's what we want, innit? We want goals against United. So, of course, I'll be back with my thoughts on the starting 11, what I think. Obviously, you can put them in my little comments here. Do you want to put yours for the United game? But please, you join me on, I think it'll be Friday when I'm back with a preview of the game, so you can put them on there as well. So please join me for that and have my little thoughts on the starting 11 with a preview of the weekend's derby. So that's played on the 12th, isn't it? 12th of December, 5:30 p.m. kickoff. That's at the Swamp, or let's not be childish. At Cold Trafford or Unsold Trafford or wherever. All right, Old Trafford. I won't be silly. I mean, I'm an old guy. I shouldn't be like. It's banter, isn't it? It's just a bit of banter. Just a bit of fun. I'm sure there's no harm meant. I do know one or two United fans who actually watch this, who actually work with, who just sort of watch it while they're. I don't know what they're doing at the time. They're probably doing something more important and just have me on in the background, but it's nice of them. So, bless your cotton socks anyway. So yeah, please join me for that. And of course, please check out my City Pass vlog on Mr. Carl Griffiths that's out there on the playlist. Have a check about his debut and his couple of years at City. That's quite interesting. Back to 1993, was it? Yeah, I'm trying to remember myself now. So please seek that out. And of course, there will be that was the week that was covering this game, of course, and the Fulham game will be coming out either tomorrow or Friday. There's so much to do at the moment that I will try and get it out before the United game, obviously, because that goes into another week that doesn't it? Anyway, please check my links on screen. If you follow and friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you can check out, I used to have a little video shop in Manchester. If you know, you probably know if you watch my vlogs all the time. I do still sell old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s when I had my video shop and videos. I remember videos, not DVDs, videos, and some board games as well on movieGameNostalgia.com. So you can have a look on there. With Christmas coming, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, Blues, thanks for joining me. Let me know in your comments what you think, what you thought of last night, etc., etc. Teams for the United game, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want on the comments. It's great to hear from you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support. Anyway, whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again, hopefully very soon, back here on the Citizen channel. If games come thick and fast, or perhaps you flit over to my film and TV channel. This is Burn saying, please stay safe, Blues and Reds. As I say, I do know a couple who watch this, Blues and Reds. Stay safe, everyone. That's what I say on my film channel. So please stay safe, everyone. Till we meet again. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.